Claire had always been drawn to intrigue, and the moment she locked eyes with Elena at a downtown art exhibit, she felt the spark of something she couldn't explain. Elena was vibrant, her laughter cascading like a melody over the room, her dark, piercing eyes hiding mysteries Claire desperately wanted to uncover. Their connection was instantaneous. Over the next few weeks they met for coffee, took long walks by the river, and shared stories of their lives. Claire, an up-and-coming architect, told Elena about her struggle to find her place in a competitive world. Elena, who described herself as a freelance writer, spoke of passion, freedom, and rebellion. It wasn't long before their playful banter turned into deeper conversations and lingering touches. One evening, as they shared a bottle of wine at Claire's apartment, the air between them became electric. Elena leaned in first, brushing Claire's lips with hers. It was soft at first, a gentle test of boundaries, but quickly deepened into something passionate. Claire could hardly breathe as Elena's hands slid through her hair, anchoring her in a moment that felt both exhilarating and terrifying. "You make me feel alive, Claire," Elena whispered against her lips. Claire's heart swelled with warmth, believing every word. It had been years since she'd opened herself up to someone, and Elena seemed to see parts of her that no one else ever had. But things took a darker turn a month later. Claire started noticing oddities. Elena, who had once claimed to live a minimalist life, began making casual remarks about needing money. Claire brushed it off at first, offering to cover a dinner bill here or a cab fare there. But soon, Elena's charm turned into something more calculated. One evening, Elena appeared at Claire's doorstep, her face stormy. She shoved her phone into Claire's hands. "I didn't want you to see this, but you leave me no choice," Elena said, her voice trembling with feigned hurt. On the screen was a photo of the two of them, intimately entwined, clearly taken on one of their private nights together. Claire's stomach churned. "Elena, why do you have this? Who took this?" Elena smiled, but it wasn't the warm, inviting smile Claire had fallen for. This one was sharp, almost cruel. "I took it. And unless you want your colleagues and family to see what you've been up to, you'll wire me $20,000 by tomorrow." Claire stared at her, disbelief crashing over her like a wave. "You're joking." "Do I look like I'm joking?" Elena's tone was ice cold. "I know you're doing well for yourself, Claire. You'll find the money." Claire's knees weakened, and she sank onto the couch. "Why are you doing this to me? I trusted you. I thought we had something real." Elena crouched before her, tucking a strand of hair behind Claire's ear as if in mock tenderness. "Oh, sweetheart," she said, her voice dripping with condescension. "You were fun. But this was always about the long game. Some of us can't afford to play life by the rules, and you're the perfect mark." Despite the betrayal burning in her chest, Claire found herself clinging to the hope that there was a part of Elena that had cared. "You don't have to do this," she whispered, tears blurring her vision. Elena sighed and kissed Claire gently on the forehead. "Don't make this harder than it has to be." When the door shut behind her, Claire sat in stunned silence, the weight of the situation crashing down on her. But as the hours passed, anger replaced heartbreak. She wasn't going to let Elena win. Claire spent the next week carefully piecing together evidence. She found inconsistencies in Elena's stories, reaching out to mutual acquaintances and even hiring a private investigator. It turned out Elena had a history of conning women, using intimacy and trust as her weapons of choice. The day Elena returned to demand the money, Claire was ready. "Got your cash," Claire said coldly, handing over a thick envelope. Elena grinned, but it didn't last long. Moments later, 2 plainclothes officers entered the room. "Ms. Elena Martinez," one of them said, "you're under arrest for extortion, fraud, and several related charges." Elena's eyes widened as the officers restrained her. She turned to Claire, her face a mixture of rage and disbelief. "You set me up." Claire crossed her arms, her voice steady. "No, Elena. You set yourself up. I just made sure justice caught up to you." As Elena was led away, Claire felt the crushing weight of betrayal begin to lift. It would take time to heal, to rebuild her trust in others, but she had learned a valuable lesson. Not all smiles hide kindness, and not all love stories end with a happy ever after. But her story wasn't over yet.